Now, he's presented DIY SOS for well over 20 years. Tonight, though, Nick Knowles is fulfilling a lifetime ambition as he sets out on a railway adventure. Well, Nick, wow. That was just a little taste of this. It's beautiful.
Thank you. Do you know what? When we set out to make this series, plainly we're not the first people in this space, you know, travelling by trains. We pulled together like amazing people, like cameramen from Top Gear, directors who've shot with Rick Stein, and
wow,
and all kinds of people around the world. And so we wanted to make something that was epically beautiful to look at.
Yes.
Whilst being very personal and like this, you know, chatting away to people along the way. And honestly, we're so pleased with the results. It wasn't supposed to come out till next year. But the Channel 5 were like, no, let's get one out now so that people can see it as a taster for next year.
Right, exactly. So the first one we'll see, is that going to be Machu Picchu? That's going to be
Peru?
Peru?
That's right, Peru, which is just the most stunning journey to take at high altitude. So it was a really good test for me physically as well.
Right. Were you OK with all that? Were you all right?
Yeah, headaches for the first 3 or 4 days, but actually managed OK. I mean, the highest track on the train station on the line is about half the way up Everest in terms of altitude.
Wow.
And there are people on the train on oxygen. So it was, it was a real test, actually. And then get out and then climb up to Machu Picchu, which is a hell of a climb.
But what about you? Because I know you have vertigo, or you've had, you know, you've suffered from that. Did that help? Do
you know what? Weirdly, doing this and being at height at various people has started to win me over on that. I'm starting
You're OK?
I'm getting better as I go along. You know, I couldn't stand and look over an edge at the beginning of the series. By the end of it, I'm like, let's do these pieces of the camera right on the edge of the mountain.
And did you sort of rediscover your love of travel? Because, of course, all during the COVID years, we weren't allowed to. And I had itchy feet. I wanted to go, I wanted to travel and see things, because that is one of the joys of life. But do you think you've kind of rediscovered that, that adventure?
Adventure, definitely. That's what it is. Because, you know, as you do well, the young, hungry me was making programmes and travelling and sleeping in tents and doing everything. As you do better, you know, you sleep in hotels and you tend to pick a nice place. You go straight to the destination. And I'd forgotten how much I like roughing it and sleeping in tents, or sleeping on a table somewhere, or sleeping in a seat on a train or whatever. and that excitement, whilst I'm a bit older and more knackered, I really enjoy getting back into that again.
How fantastic! And you said you just got back from the Far East.
Malaysia and Vietnam, I literally got in less than 24 hours ago.
Oh, I cannot wait to go back. I've not been to that part of the world for so long.
It's stunning.
And I cannot wait. And meanwhile, while all of this is going on, DIY SOS is just like a stalwart, isn't it? It just goes from strength to strength. It gets bigger and bigger. And it's helped so many people, hasn't it?
Do you know, it's lovely. In the middle of shooting this series, I've been away pretty much since August. I came back for 2 weeks to do a DIY SOS in Leeds for children in need, and then off again, and that did very well. But yeah, it's been lovely, and obviously, you know, we shoots like the one that we're looking at here. We did various stuff with. We've been able to build a garden on the top of Great Ormond Street, a street for veterans, which both William and Harry joined in and helped on, and worked with various people and done amazing things.
Could you maybe do another royal DIY SOS and get these two back together and get them talking again? Because if anybody can do it, it might be you.
Wouldn't that be lovely? It's just
hugely sad. Yeah.
That's the whole thing. It's hugely sad. And you know, when I knew them then, they were amazing. They were amazing together. I liked them both. And they knew that they were capable of doing amazing things and making amazing change. And it feels at the moment like, you know, like your best friends who are a couple splitting up and you have to pick a side.
Yeah.
And that's the trouble now. It's like, if you're on one side, you're a racist. If you're on the other side, you're destroying the establishment. And picking sides at the moment casts you in one.
I know.
And just the whole thing's so horribly sad.
It is. That's all you can say about it. You absolutely can. It's just, like I say, you know, DIY SOS, that might actually, you know, get them back together. Wouldn't that be good? Wouldn't that be good?
Yeah.
You've done so many amazing things. That would be fantastic. Now, look, during lockdown, you wrote a play, didn't you?
I did.
What's happening to that? Is it going to be my movie? What's going on?
Yeah, interesting. Well, you know, I did a movie in 2016,
yes,
a movie, and that did pretty good off around the world and in the UK. And during lockdown, I always wanted to write a play, because I've written dramas for TV, but I've never written a play. And I wrote it, and then a producer who got involved with the original movie saw it and said, I'd like to make it into a movie. And then somebody else in America. So I'm off to LA in January to talk about. Look, you know, between writing these things and them actually getting made is always a difficult trip. But at the moment, it looks like on course to be made. Yeah, it's lovely. I mean, it's another reason to be away abroad away from the family. Somebody asked me, like you were talking about the dogs, and have you got a dog or a pet? And I was like, I'd have to. I think only a snake that you feed once a month could I keep,
because it's like
probably I couldn't keep a pet because I'm never at home.
You're always away. You're always at home.
But you know, life's full of amazing. I'm 60 now, and I'm still doing amazing things and travelling the world and enjoying myself.
You won't slow down. You'll never slow down. You're like me. You won't slow down.
You can't.
You'll just keep going.
We're blessed to have the best job in the world, and
totally.
And, you know, and like the chance to do these amazing things and meet amazing people. Look at the actress you were just chatting to there.
I know,
Naomi. What a part to get. What a story to tell.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Can't wait to see that movie.
It's so good. You know, when you go to see something, you just want to tell everybody to go there.
Yeah.
And it's out on Boxing Day, which is fantastic, which is really good. But your amazing railway adventure starts tonight, doesn't it?
Yeah, there's one on tonight, and then the rest of the series will be on in the new year, and an adventure series I've shot as well, which is me dangling over the side of the Grand Canyon and crawling through potholes and swimming in dangerous lakes and things. All that's coming in. But just this one tonight, 8 p.m, is a taster for the rest, so people can have a look before Christmas.
And I think we like that. You know, we like to. It's sort of being able to, especially if you can't go to these places, if you're not lucky enough to do that, you can actually find out so much, which is really good.
Well, I hope so, and I hope this is a very personal adventure. There's a lot of people along the way that we meet, a lot of funny and entertaining people, and again, I think it makes the world smaller in terms of if something terrible happens in a foreign country, we think, oh, well, that's somewhere else.
Yeah.
But when you get personal with people in different countries, then you realise that everybody the world over is just like you and me and have the same loves and hopes and fears. And,
exactly.
And so I've just seen there's some problems in Peru at the moment, and that's heartbreaking for me, having met the people. Such a friendly country.
Yeah, it's a great country.
You know, so the more we see these things, the more we get introduced to people abroad, the smaller the world becomes, and the more we care about each other, which I think is and that's where we have to go. Of course. The world's become so polarised, whether it be politics or Harry and William or all the rest of it. Let's unpolarise it. And
we're all, as Robert Burns said, we're all Jock Tamson's bairns, and if you know, you know. Thank you, Nick. Thank you so much.
Always a pleasure.